My name's John DeBorden. I'm a senior with a major in mass communication, and this is my company research PPT presentation, and just gonna get straight into it. Let me see if I can. Okay. For the company name, I'm gonna be talking about World Wrestling Entertainment here, or better known as WWE. So as you can see, it was founded in January of 1953. They were originally known as Capital Wrestling Company, or the CWC. They were originally owned by Vincent J. McMahon before being taken over by Vincent Kennedy McMahon later on, as he would be the chairman for up to 40 years. He would be the chairman. So, as you see here, they would go through multiple name changes. At one point, they were the Worldwide Wrestling Federation in the 60s, before in the 70s being the World Wrestling Federation, as you can see by the logos here. And they were that up until 2003, where they entered another rebrand, where they would ultimately become the WWE that we know today. And as for the industry and market position, they do this thing called sports entertainment. So that would separate them from like the footballs and basketballs and stuff, because they kind of have their own sort of genre of sports. So with that being the case, they're going to be number one in that. They don't have too much competition within the sports entertainment industry, but they are very large at their program, and it's available to like over 1 billion households. They also have a strong digital and social media presence as well. So one way or another, they're kind of just trying to get their product out there as much as possible. And since they're number one at it, they're gonna be looking good as far as the competition and everything goes. Now, as for customer reviews, I wanted to do some more research because I watched the product myself. So I went online to look it up, and I came across SiteJabber, and they actually have a pretty low rating. They were rated 1.9 out of 5 stars from the 73 reviews that I saw. And most of them were just saying like the corporate decisions that they made were kind of out there. The product and the program, and also like they had issues with that. But there was also some other reviews that would say that they would appreciate them from their entertainment value and their quality of their events and everything. So it's pretty mixed, but the number says otherwise. So that's how I did my research for customer reviews. Now, as we shift to variety and range, WWE actually has a pretty big variety and range. Like, as far as their products and services, like they have an entire website dedicated called WWE Shop, where you can buy all the merchandise from active stars, even stars from the past. You can buy action figures. You can buy props that they use during like championship belts, stuff like that. So they have a lot of variety and range as far as the products goes. And for the services, they have 3 weekly shows: Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and NXT, which comes on. And they all have partnerships within. They partnered with Netflix last year, early January. So now all the Monday Night Raws get to play on Netflix streaming devices. And then the CW partnered with WWE as well, to where they can stream NXT on Tuesday nights. And as for SmackDown, it's streaming on the USA Network, as they partnered with them as well. So they're bringing in a lot of variety as far as the shows, and that's not to even mention the pay-per-views and the live events that you can go to as well. So I would say like they offer a pretty big variety and range. Not to mention you can watch it on streaming devices, like I said, with Netflix. They also have video on demand. You can look at the social media, like they post on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you need to see. So yeah, I would say the variety and range is pretty huge at that point. And social responsibility, I would also say they're pretty good at this too, because they're responsible for a lot of campaigns that they either partner with or made on their own. One of them that they made was the Connor's Cure, which goes into pediatric cancer research, because there was a super fan, some kid named Connor, I want to say, yeah, Connor the Crusher. He had pediatric cancer, and they made a fun like going to do research in order to get this to help find the cure, and they called it Connor's Cure to the late great kid that passed away. So they still have it actively going today because they want to do their part in preventing that. But they've also partnered with Susan G. Komen, which is for breast cancer. I know that. And they also partner with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society as well, which also covers cancer. So they do their social responsibility, a lot of it with the cancer research. They try to do their part with that. And that's not to mention their Be a Star campaign as well, which is centered towards children for the anti-bullying campaign, Be a Star. So I say they do their social responsibility well. So as far as that, I think that based on this research, I think that they're a pretty solid company as far as everything goes within the range and variety, within the history. Of course, there's some up and downs within it, but as far as what I'm seeing, I would say that they're pretty solid.